Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to a brand new thing. This is an announcements video for the fact that, we're getting close to the end of Out of the Park Legends League Season 3, in which we see the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Yankees in the World Series, tied at a game each. So, today is a perfect day to announce things because, it's an off day for me, and I think it's an off day for our JL network. He'll be doing Inside Pitch, 1969 World Series tomorrow, I think, is game one. So that basically means that, we're both at a stalemate for content. But the fact of the matter is that Out of the Park Baseball will be done by next week. So it's guaranteed that, game 3 will be tomorrow, Sunday, then game 4 on the Monday, game 5 on the Tuesday, guaranteed now that it's 1-1. And then next Thursday, the 24th, will be game 6, and next Friday would be game 7. But of course, that's if necessary. So I figured that I will start a new baseball thing after the season ended. And, I got Friday, and then I got the weekend. So I'm like, I'll start it on a Monday. So it's time to talk about something big, and something big that I actually have on my thing. Et voila, this is what I'm talking about. As you can see on my screen, we have PC Replay Baseball 4.6.7.3. That's the version I have. Replay Baseball, home plate and all that. The Replay Encyclopedia in case you need it. Register, convert from version 3. Install season, restore, park home run. I don't know what that means. That's a ballpark, photos, all that. And radio and slideshow. Of course, I would like to show radio clips and all that, but like within the game. However, YouTube is very picky. So anyway, I have decided to buy some seasons. So as you can see, there are some things here, and I have to make deletes of these things. All right, so we go this way. All right, so as you can see in this screen, there are 10 seasons, or what we call diamond decades. So 1908, the season yearbook. 1908, the year, one of the most biggest dead ball errors, and the Cubs winning the World Series for the second time. And we didn't know that it would take 108 years for that to happen. You got yourself the 20s and 30s replay teams, 18 memorable teams from a lively age of baseball. I guess I can kind of show you the teams and all that, because this is okay. So 1908, you see all the teams. You see like Boston, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, New York, Philly, St. Louis, Browns, and Washington in the AL and the NL, Brooklyn, Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, New York, Philly, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis. So that's what we are going to do. Yep, see those teams, the 20s and 30s, replay, like great teams from the 20s and 30s. I'm a sucker for these, like, all-decade things and all that. Of course, it'll take a while on my cloud to, but all right, so there you go. Okay. Major League East and Major League Midwest. So they put them in 2 leagues, but they put them like by geography. You see the 39 Boston Red Sox, the 1920 Brooklyn Dodgers, the 23 Hilldale Giants from the Negro Leagues, like in the Negroes, so that's fine. 1921 Yankees, 1927 Yankees, 1939 Yankees, 1932 New York Giants, excuse me. 1931 Philly A's, 1924 Washington Senators, and in the Midwest, the 1920 AL Chicago White Sox, the year after the Black Sox scandal, 1929 Cubs, 1939 Reds, 1920 Tribe, 1934 Tigers, 1923 Kansas City Negro Leagues team. Okay, remember, Kansas City didn't have an NL team until 1955. 1927 Pirates, 1922 St. Louis Browns, and the 1934 St. Louis Cardinals. 1930, suppose that 16 teams, the 16 franchises, the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Tribe, the Tigers, the Yankees, the Philly A's, the St. Louis Browns, Washington Senators, Then you got the Boston Braves, Brooklyn Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, Reds, New York Giants, Phillies, Pirates, and Cardinals. 1930. Got 1940s and 50s, the memorable teams from those decades and all that. Set that up. And that is 1940 AL and NL, 1940 Tigers, 41 Yankees, 44 Browns, 45 Sens, 46 Red Sox, 48 Indians, 53 Yankees, 59 White Sox, and 54 Cleveland. On the other side of the National League, the 1950 Phillies, the 54 New York Giants, the 57 Milwaukee Braves, 40 Reds, 41 Dodgers, 42 Cardinals, 45 Cubs, 48 Boston Braves, and the 55 Dodgers. Are there? 1941. I guess I can kind of go through. Like 1941, you see all 16 franchises and all that. 1947. Same thing, all 16 franchises playing in harmony. No major changes there. And then 1955 comes up, and you see there'll be a few changes. St. Louis moved to Baltimore, becomes the Baltimore Orioles. The Philly A's moved to Kansas City to be the Kansas City A's. The Braves moved to Milwaukee to become the Milwaukee Braves, you can see there. And then you got Diamond Decade 1960s, so they decided to go with teams from just one single decade in a set, not multiple. So you see the 61 Yankees, the 62 LA Angels in their inaugural season, 64 White Sox, 65 Twins, 67 Red Sox, 68 Tigers, 69 Orioles, 69 A's, and the 69 Washington Senators. National League, the 60 Braves, the 60 Pirates, the 61 Reds, the 62 Giants, the 63 Dodgers, 64 Phillies, 67 Cards, 69 Cubs, and 69 Metros. You got that, and then, well, I know this is like self-explanatory. 1961, that's when the AL expanded to 10 teams, and the National League would expand to 10 in 1962 for the Mets and the Astros. But yeah, you got Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Kansas City, LA Angels, Minnesota, New York, and Washington. So yeah, Washington and the Angels were the expansion teams that got added in. And I did say the 62 Angels were the expansion team. I screwed up. So anyway, you got that, and the all familiar National League with LA and San Francisco there. And then 1969, you know, the year that they expanded and made it 2 divisions instead of 1. So practically that means that, you know, they wanted 12 teams to compete for 1 spot in the World Series. Yeah, right. They decided to go with 2 teams, face each other in best of 5, and then those teams would go to the World Series. You see the teams are involved. Oakland now taking over in the AL West. Seattle becoming an expansion team, the Seattle Pilots. Then they moved to Milwaukee just before the 1970 season. And then you see Montreal and San Diego add teams. You see Houston there. I know the seasons were self-explanatory, all that, but, you know, I want to just give you all this. Now you got the 1970s. And it will take its time because of all the teams. So yeah, you got 10 teams in each league and all that. So 10. Why do the American League have 10 and National League have 8? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. So the Orioles have 2 teams, 70 and 79. The Red Sox in 75. The Tigers in 71. The Royals in 77. Milwaukee Brewers in 79. The Twins of 1970. The Yankees in 78. A's of 74. And the Texas Rangers of 77. National League, you got the 75 Big Red Machine. 74 Dodgers. 79 Expos, who were close to winning the division that year. Trust me. 73 Mets. 77 Phillies. 2 Pirates teams. The 71-79 squads. And the 71 Giants. See, 1977. And, of course, the main reason why I have that season is because they expanded again. Like, the National League had their 12 teams, and then the American League decided to have 14 teams. And you see you see Seattle, but this time is the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, so I had 1908 because I like the dead ball era thing. I thought I had 1930, but I guess I didn't. In 1930, I have like basically one of the best RBI seasons of all time. 1941 because of the thing with Ted Williams batting 406 and DiMaggio's 56 game hitting streak. 1947, I felt was cool with Jackie Robinson coming into the league. 1955, the Brooklyn Dodgers finally winning the World Series. Of course, the Diamond Decades. 1961 because of the expansion teams coming in, and then the Roof's record being challenged. 69 for those 4 expansion teams coming in. 1977 because Toronto and Seattle. Seattle, of course, got into the league because of an injunction. They threatened to sue Major League Baseball over the fact that their team was shipped to Milwaukee so quickly. So they won a settlement and got an American League expansion team to kind of shut them up. And then Washington allegedly was supposed to be the second American League expansion team, but Toronto got it. Well, Toronto was close in 1976 to getting the Giants franchise, but they failed. And fortunately for Toronto fans, that Kansas City's owner, Ewing Kauffman, his wife Muriel, came from the Toronto area and loved baseball, so she sold Ewing on Toronto's merits, and he told the American League Expansion Committee. So that's why I have 77, because of the expansion Blue Jays. Diamond Decades, 1980s, the decade I was born. So there are 20 teams, 10 in each league. Baltimore, 83 Orioles, 86 Red Sox, 84 Tigers, 82 Brewers, 80 Yankees, 86 Angels, 83 White Sox, 80 Royals, 87 Twins, and 88 A's. And in the National League East, you got the National League, you got 84 Cubs, 81 Expos, 86 Mets, 80 Phillies, 85 Cardinals, 82 Atlanta, 86 Houston, 88 LA, 84 San Diego, and 89 San Francisco. For that, 1985, the year I was born. So, I have sentiment towards the Blue Jays in 1985. And lo and behold, in 1985, the Toronto Blue Jays, you see 8 games on my birthday. So this is what was supposed to be these games on my birthday. And both Montreal and Toronto decided not to play on my birthday, which was stupid. Toronto was playing Kansas City, and Montreal was playing Cincy, but then they had days off in between. So yeah, April 9th, my birthday and all that. So yeah, 1985, the year of my birth. The Blue Jays winning the AL East, surprising everyone, including the Yankees, obviously. And then choking that 3-1 series lead in the ALCS to Kansas City. But stupidly, that was the year that MLB decided to make the LCS a best of 7 instead of a best of 5. That one particular year screwed over, because if everything was hunky-dory, the 85 Blue Jays would have been in the World Series with that 3-1 win, and the 85 Cardinals would have still made the World Series. And let's face facts. Ozzie Smith's home run in Game 5 against the Dodgers would have been supernova, because that was a pennant. That would have been a pennant-winning home run instead of a home run to win Game 5 to go to Game 6, which Jack Clark hit that home run off the infielder. So yeah, so the teams involved, all that, 1985, I love that. And let's not forget Stankinger. The 1990s Diamond Decade team, all that. The 90s for Diamond Decade. I think I know Toronto has to have a team in there. Yep, there's, 18, I guess? Yep, there's 18 teams, 9 in each league. You got the 1990 A's, you got the 91 Twins, you got the 92 Blue Jays, the 93 White Sox, the 95 Tribe, the 97 Orioles, the 98 Yankees, the 99 Red Sox, and the 99 Rangers. National League, 90 Reds, 91 Pirates, 93 Phillies, 94 Expos, good, 95 Braves, 97 Marlins, 98 Astros, 98 Padres, and the 99 Diamondbacks. So yeah, great season in the 90s, having both Toronto and Montreal have a team in there. But stupidly, PC Replay doesn't have teams of the 2000s or the 2010s. I would love to see that. Blue Jays probably have a team 2015 or 2016 team in there per se. Montreal would not have a team. The Expos Nationals didn't really deserve a team in either. Well, 2012. But yeah, there's the 93 Replay and all that with the Toronto Blue Jays. Because, 93, the Blue Jays winning the World Series, I have to have that season. And that was when Florida and Colorado got teams into the NL. Not just the state, but the names. But yeah, Florida and Colorado were in the National League, making it finally, after 16 years, finally the National League had the same amount of franchises as the AL. Why did it take so long? I don't know. But yeah, 93 was huge. And let's not forget that 93 was also the year they announced that starting in 94 they would do the wild card era and have 3 divisions and all that. And that created the last great pennant race with the Giants and Braves becoming oh so close to each other. Yeah, so that was a huge chase. And Montreal almost won the NL East. They just ran out of time. They lost by a pair of games. And yeah, Toronto winning the World Series, Joe Carter's home run, immortal. And then 1998, the great home run chase of McGwire and Sosa I bought. But it was also because of expansion that Arizona and Tampa were going to get in teams. So yeah, Tampa almost all got the White Sox. They almost got the Giants. They almost got the Mariners, I think. I don't remember. Who else started to move to Tampa? The Cardinals or the Cubs? I don't think so. But yeah, Tampa got so many close calls. So yeah, the divisions were 5-5-4. They decided to have 16 teams in the National League instead of going 15-15 and having interleague almost every day. That would have been kind of cool to have interleague every day. To like say, hey, you know what? Let's have interleague every game and all that. But yeah, they went with that. Milwaukee moved from the AL to the NL. It didn't take till 2013 before they decided to go with the 15 teams per league thing, which made it much more interesting. 2005, I didn't know what seasons to pick, so I picked 2005 for the thing because, you know, that was the year after Montreal moved to Washington and all that, and the year that Boston had done it, they won the championship, and they basically broke the curse of the Bambino. Now, to note, there are some seasons between in the 90s and 2000s, but the problem is, I would have bought the 94 season. However, they only had 8 teams. So it was just a mini set for 94, which was stupid. Because I would have bought the 94 season to see if Montreal could win the World Series and all that. So that was pathetic. Yeah, so I needed a thing for the 2000s. So I picked that one. And then I picked this one, 2016, when the Cubs broke the curse. Cleveland was close to breaking their own curse. They hadn't won a title since 1948. And let's not forget the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays actually came out of nowhere to sneak a game in the wild card round, beat Baltimore in the wild card playoff, take down Texas, the seemingly insurmountable Texas Rangers, get to the ALCS before Cleveland's bullpen fucked this over. And then we have the all-franchise teams. That means all-time teams and all that. I'll show you Toronto because, you know, my nationality. It's no limits. Once I get this in, yep, there we go, Toronto. All right, so Cedar Gaston, Dave Steve, you see the roster. Check the roster, all that. The batters: Robbie Alomar, Pat Borders, Edward Encarnacion, Aaron Hale, Devo White, Ernie Witt, Fred McGriff, Tony Fernandez, Joe Carter, Jesse Barfield, Jose Bautista, Carlos Delgado, Alex Gonzalez, Lloyd Mosby, George Bell, Josh Donaldson, Kelly Gruber, and Fern Wells. And the pitchers were Doyle Alexander, Juan Guzman, Jimmy Key, Dave Steve, Roy Halladay, Jim Clancy, Roger Clemens, Tom Hankey, Dwayne Ward, Mark Eichhorn, Pat Hankin, and David Wells. So yeah, the franchise teams, and of course, let's not forget Dead Ball Decades. These were the best teams from the 1900s and 1910s, all in one collection. So yeah, you got yourself 8 teams in each thing. The 1904 New York Highlanders, who were supposed to go to the World Series after beating Boston in the final day, but those pesky New York Giants decided, we don't want to play these servants of all that. And that's why the 1904 World Series didn't happen. The 1908 Cleveland Indians, the 1909 Tigers with Ty Cobb, 1911 Philly A's, the 1912 Red Sox, who won the World Series that year, 1912 Washington, because why not? Go to Washington. 1914 Indianapolis, the Federal League champions, and the 1919 Black Sox. The National League, the 1906 Cubs, the team that won 116 games but failed miserably to win the World Series, 1909 Pirates, the 1912 Giants, the 1914 Boston Braves, that came out of freaking nowhere to win the NL pennant. The 1915 Federal League Chicago Whales, I think. The 1915 Phillies. The 1916 Dodgers, and the 1919 Reds. So that's 21 leagues. So, am I going to play all 21 seasons? Not really, no. I'm going to be simulating the 21 seasons and playing the playoffs for you. So, practically, I will be, like, auto playing months and all that in one video. Like, the format's going to be simple. It's going to be 21 seasons. The top 3 teams from the simulation will be 63 teams, and I will add a team for context. It'll be a 64-team tournament, which I will make a postseason of, and have like a tournament based on that. Now, every week, starting October 27th, I will be doing 2 leagues, 2 seasons / decades per week. And one week we'll have 3 because of the fact that, I set up the final week to be December 29th. So headed into 2025 will be the end of it. So it's going to be 21 leagues times 3, 63 teams. Whoever is the best semifinalist in my mind will get that 3rd spot. Now, I will personally put a team that I think should win, and all that, like a cutter pick, and all that. And I might be a little bit biased, but anyway, you win that league, you get in. If you are a cutter pick, then nothing to worry about. Any team that's not in the top 3 and is a cutter pick will be going to a playoff to decide who gets that 64th and final spot. And the 64 spots for the postseason will be determined based off of, like, if you win the league, spots 1 to 21 will be taken by winners of the leagues. Spots 22 to 42 will be taken by runners-up. Spots 43 onwards will be the 21 third placers and the diamond pick. The diamond pick doesn't necessarily have to be like number 64. So that's what will happen. What else do I need to tell you about? So we're going to do a draw. If I got to get to random.org. Counting, yeah. And it's, what is it? Is it integer generator or no? Oh no, sequence, where it only recovers once. So it's 1 to 21. So it's 1 to 21 based on, and 1908, 21 is 2016. So this will be the sequence that I will be doing the tournaments in. And all that. We'll be doing everything in. So here we go. So you got the sequence A, B, C. Go. All right, so 18. So 18 is... So 18 is the dead ball era. So the dead ball era will be October 27th. So October 27th, we'll see the dead ball, the 1900s and the 1910s franchise teams and all that. They'll go head-to-head that decade. And next is 6, so that is the 1947 squad. So 1947 will also be the week of the 27th. So that will be your first 2, the 1900 dead ball team and the 1947 year. And also to note that if a team wins a season, like an individual season, not the Diamond Decades, if they win it, so let me give an example. Let's see. If the 1908 Cubs were to win the 1908 championship, then that team would get and win the Diamond Decades. So the 1908 Cubs are top 3 in both the season and the Diamond Decades. For example, whatever the highest position is of the 1908 Cubs, if one team did better than the other in the top 3, then that's the team I take. And then what would happen is that the fourth place team would take over for that team in essence. So yeah, there is a possibility that a Diamond Decades team could be in an individual season. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of the 21 seasons are individual seasons. So that means there is a chance that a Diamond Decades team could also be like in the Diamond Decades, but be in the individual season of that. But as I said, the top scored batters. If it's a tie, then it's my pick. All right. So we got that. Dead Ball 1947. What's the next? Okay. The next one's 9. So the next one is the 1961 season. Do I do 3? You know what? I want to do 3. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Yeah, because none of the seasons have the stupid 4 plus team thing. Yeah, 1947, 1961, and the Dead Ball. I think will all be like American League National League. I don't know what the Dead Ball thing is, but like yeah, because 47 and 61 have just playing World Series and all that. No wild card series or LCSs. So I'll do Dead Ball 1947 and 1961 all in 1 week. Like there'll be 2 days per video. Now you'll be thinking, hang on, that's 6 days a week instead of 7. What's the 7th day going to be? Well, since I take part in a church ball hockey league on Thursdays in real life, Thursdays will be the day that will not be shown, no footage will be shown. Because of the fact that I'm going to be too busy team week for golf and a few other things, I'll probably have to hustle with it, and I don't want to put too much on. That's before I do ball hockey. All right, so those 3 will be October 27th. The next one is 16. So that's 1993. So 1993 will be the week of November 3rd. And next will be 21. So that's 2016? Yep. So 2016 and 1993 will be on November 3rd, week 2, 3 days each. So we'll have 3 days of coverage. 20, that is 2005, that'll be the week of November 10th and 7th, so that's 1955. Yep, 1955 will be November 10th, the week of the 10th. That's a 10, right? So 10, so that's 1969, that'll be the week of November 17th, and it will be 15. So 15 drawn, so it's 1990s. So 1969 and the Diamond Decade, the 90s decade thing league will be set in stone. 19, that is franchise stuff. That's November 24th, and they will be paired up with the 20s and 30s all-time teams. So that's November 24th. The week of December 1st is 1908, and it will also be the 1960s decades team. The 1960 decades. 4, so that's December 8th is the best of the 40s and 50s. Those guys will be there. And 17, that is the 1998 season, will also be the week of December 8th. 1977 will be the week of the December 15th. And also 1930s. Well, 1930 will be December 15th. 1980s will be December 22nd. And 11 is the 1970s. So the 70s and 80s decades will be both December 22nd, which means 1985 and 1941 will be December 29th. Don't worry, the schedule will be at the end of it. Like, I'll just give you the schedule of what weeks will be there. It'll be 3 days per week, except for 3 days per week, except for the first week, which will only have 2 days because of them being like no World Series. So that's that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this fun little project. The 64 team tournament starts in 2025, and I don't know when OOTP sets their the next season will be. It'll be sometime in March that I go back to OOTP. But anyway, yeah, I'll do what I can and fit everything as fast as I can. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.